and I'm from Computer Science branch of IIT Delhi.
Why did you choose IIT Delhi?
Startup culture was the main thing.
How different is IIT Delhi from remaining IITs?
Like they're allowed for department changes if they have any interest.
What branch you are in doesn't clearly tag you.
Bro, how is the gender ratio at IIT Delhi?
Very easy to find a girl.
Are relationships common?
I have some traumatic experiences, but yeah.
Hello everyone, this is Lakshmi Ganesh Bavaraju from VectorX Academy. We are starting a new series called Campus Quest, in which today we are having two main icons of VectorX Academy, the executive directors of VectorX Academy, Jayendra Birhade and Sai Sindhush. They are from IIT Delhi. So this series, I will give a brief introduction about this series. We are having this series to clarify the doubts of the JOSA aspect, like the people who are keeping the counseling in JOSA, who are having a lot of doubts regarding the campus life of some IITs or NITs or various other campuses. So we are going to directly talk to the people of that particular campus, and I will ask some basic questions which are very useful for you, which will give you a lot of information from them. At the same time, we are going to also have a fun segment for a little fun. And then, okay, without wasting our time, let's start the interview. So first of all, Jay, so can you...
Hi everyone.
Actually, it's very tough being formal in the interview because we three are friends, so being formal is very tough for us. So just enjoy the interview like this itself. But yes, please can you briefly explain about yourself to our audience?
What my?
Introduce yourself.
Introduce myself. Well, I'm Jay and my actual name is Jayendra. I don't like to tell it. I'm at IIT Delhi first year, and VectorX Academy was a project we were working on from like 6 or 7 months, and now that it's came, like JEE results have been announced like recently, or yet to be announced. Well, yet to be announced. So we've planned on doing a thing where we help all the students regarding the problems that we faced. So this is the initiative we've done, looking at the problems we faced during our time, so that you don't have to face the similar problems. It's a solution to our own problems. But like a lot of people are calling me and they were asking which college should we choose, or could you talk to my son, could you talk to my daughter regarding this and that, and guide them. So I just thought, why not make a like whole thing about it and help everyone. So that's it.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, Sindhush.
Okay. Hi everyone. My name is Sindhush, and I'm from Computer Science branch of IIT Delhi. I'll be a sophomore in about 1 month when the next semester starts. And yeah, as Jay explained how we wanted to guide everyone from in their counseling process, etc., and how we choose our IITs. So we'll help you in forward and we'll continue thinking.
Yeah, now the basic question. So Jay, why did you choose IIT Delhi? And what is the story behind it?
What is the story behind choosing IIT Delhi? First and foremost reason, that was the best college I was getting.
Nice.
And then second reason, I heard a lot about the startup culture at IIT Delhi. Like the students are very liberal and free and very ambitious. Like startup culture was the main thing which attracted me to IIT Delhi, because like I had a thing for business. Like right now in my summers, I'm not doing some research internship ya fir, project under professor. I think it is like not boring. They are curious. They are very nice projects my friends are working under. I like to help them, or ask about what they're exactly doing. Some are coding and some are doing research, but it's not exactly my passion. I'm more into business and leadership, this kind of things. That's why I got attracted to IIT.
Yeah, Sindhush, now I'll not ask you this question, why did you choose IIT Delhi? Of course, IIT Delhi is the thing, best thing that you can have. But the thing that I wanted to ask you is like, how different is IIT Delhi from remaining IITs? Or you have friends from various IITs. So how different is this from remaining IITs?
Yeah, so you're correct about this point. I do have friends from other IITs, and what I saw there was the academic culture was given a very high priority in other IITs. Like in IIT Madras, one of my friend is in, this course DSAI, and for him, all these computer techniques and software designing systems, all these, rigor topics which come in the second year for IIT Delhi have started in the first year itself. So, the academic pressure is given more priority there. But here in IIT Delhi, everyone are allowed to explore their own field. Like they're allowed for department changes if they have any interest. And, some people are exploring internships, some people are having their own startup ideas. So that culture, this was the culture I like. And it depends on you what you can prepare. But yeah, this is the difference mainly, which, specializes IIT Delhi. Yeah.
Oh my God! Yeah, and then Jay, like, yeah, this is the question that many of the students will get. How are the professors at IIT Delhi? Of course, they're absolutely talented because they are in top institute. But how friendly are they? That's the question.
It very much varies. They are like normal humans, like you are all kinds of humans. So like some are very, strict, some are very lenient. It's nothing like they're professors. They're not some alien object. Everybody has their own way. There we have some professors, like one of them is Ashish Chiplankar. He's very, very lenient and very, very logical person, very practical guy. Like all he cares about is the actual knowledge. If you can code good enough, you will get the marks. If you can't, you won't, as easy as that. But again, the
True.
same guy won't let you into the exam even if you are 1 second late. The statement he gave us was, if you are epsilon seconds late, epsilon be positive. Even if it's 0.001 seconds late, I won't let you in. So, and then we have some professors which are said to be very strict, and they cry a lot when it's for any debate after key exams, this, that, syllabus. But when it comes to gradings, they give good enough grades. So we have all kinds of professors. And talking about how exactly they are, like, they're very approachable. If you talk to them normally, they'll talk to you, they'll assist you, they'll guide you. So they are pretty much like normal humans. You just talk to them and they'll talk to you back.
Okay. And then Sindhush,
Yeah.
yeah. So before talking about the academic curriculum and everything, like how many branches are available in IIT Delhi? Can you just briefly say about it?
Okay, in IIT Delhi, I think there are around 13 branches, I guess. I mean, considering 4 years and 5 years as a different
Okay.
branch, there are around 13
Okay.
branches. One being computer science 4 years, computer science 5 years, electrical engineering 4 years, electrical engineering 5 years, mathematics and computing 4 years, mathematics and computing 5 years, and then mechanical engineering 4 years, and then mechanical engineering 5 years, chemical 4 years and 5 years, then textile engineering, material science engineering. Yeah, a few
Okay.
more. Yeah. Jay,
Yeah,
what
fine,
else
fine.
left? Yeah, that's all right.
Okay. And then, yeah, fine. The main question comes, Jay, for you is, there are many students, like, for suppose if they get a very low rank and then they are getting IIT Delhi textile. And they'll ask, like, I'm getting some other brands, like, for suppose they from lower IITs, for suppose they get something like electrical or something, which is a core branch. They'll always ask, like, which is better to choose? Yeah, this answer may vary. If you are caring about the branch, we always say them to prefer the brands, and if you are caring about the opportunities in the college, we say it's college. But what do you think? Like, if I'm a textile student at IIT Delhi, how good opportunities I get if I want to sit, or if I want to change my career, or if I want my career in like computer science, like a software side, but I don't want to be in textile. Are there options available?
I'll not give an opinion. I'll give an example because, again, this question is always up to the students to answer. You can never tell a perfect answer for this. Right? It's like the debate between Apple or Samsung. So, like, there's always a different choice for everyone. But one example I'll give is I have a friend named Drone, and he's in material science, and I am in computer science. But the difference is I am very much interested into businesses and all. So I'm currently joining Vectrex Academy. I was previously at an internship at marketing. So this is what I was doing. Now, Drone, he has a website named IITian. He's doing a project under a senior. He didn't formally approach any CSC professor or any other professor. He just had a senior. The senior asked him to help him in the website. Now he's probably a shareholder of the company. He's done that great a job. He handles the back end of the company. Another thing, he was the guy who was ranked first in a robotics competition. Now he's the executive of Aries. It's a tech club at IIT Delhi, and he has a project. He has a project, a summer project, which has a budget of around 35,000. So he has to make a robot in order to robot or something. I don't know the specifications, but he's supposed to demonstrate the project to the new incoming foreign exchange students. So this is what he's doing, and this is what I am doing. So I'll say what branch you are in doesn't clearly tag you what you're supposed to do. He's in material science. None of this comes under material science. It rather comes under CSC, but he's still very successful in these areas. He's also, I guess, the fifth or sixth best coder in our freshers. So he has a rating of around 1300. Once he had a rating of around 1500 at core courses. So all of these are his achievements, and he came to IIT Delhi. That's why he's able to join the Aries Club, or say the robotics club, or be a part of the Cartesian website, the new startup. So these are all the opportunities that IIT Delhi gave him. Now he could have taken CSE, electrical, or some other branch at some other institute, but he wouldn't have been at this place. Not saying those are bad. If he was perfectly inclined towards academics, wanted to do a research under a professor, or go for some MTech or PhD, maybe that was a better choice for him. But looking at him, I think he made the right choice.
Yes, great answer. And Sindhush, what do you want to add regarding this?
Yeah, I wanted to say that, I mean, this is true about drone, but there's also a fact that some people are not as much inclined towards coding as much as drone from, their school, like from 10th class or 9th grade. So for such people, adjusting towards the computer science field from other branches would be difficult. So we cannot exactly tell by, without any explanation that we have to get into a branch and it does not matter. It actually requires some research about the person.
Yeah, this is a question that I'm in the teaching career from the last 1.5 years. Many students ask me the same question. What I wanted to say regarding this is, yes, see, if you are so much passionate and if your dream is getting into computer science and you are ready to give your everything, regardless of the branch you join, will definitely work. But the thing is that, see, for suppose I'm talking about NIV Trichy. For suppose let's talk about something called chemical department. And there is a guy in chemical engineering department and he's very much interested in doing computer science. I've seen people. So the thing is that he has joined NIT Trichy Chemical because NIT Trichy is the best college in NITs. At the same time, it provides opportunities of various clubs. So he's able to give his time, and it's very tough. You need to really work hard because you need to manage the academics in your own department. At the same time, you're trying something which is within your department. So if you're really passionate, then this would definitely work. Or else you just thinking that you join your department and then you will not concentrate on it and then do something, it would work for first year. But when you come for second years or something, it will not work. So you need to spend time. If your friends from computer science department are spending 1 hour daily, you need to spend 3 times again. It's like you need to spend minimum 3 hours. So if you're ready for doing that, so college gives you opportunity. So definitely, even if you're from chemical, material science or any department, college gives opportunities. But the thing is that, as Jay mentioned, Drone is very hardworking. At the same time, you should be also hardworking. At the same time, as Sindhush mentioned, if you are not at all good in computer science, or if you are not willing to spend time, or if you are not hardworking, or if you are a chill guy who want to enjoy campus life, then this would not work. So it is up to you. So this question is always this. I give this sort of explanation. It depends on your attitude. It depends on student attitude. So generally, when we are counseling a student, we try to understand the student attitude first and then give the answer for this. So we are also going to give a webinar soon in which we have various IITians and NITians. So I'm giving you the information. Webinar will be released soon in which you can really talk to us directly, in which you have people from IIT Delhi, IIT Madras, NIT Trichy, various NITs and various other colleges like Jadavpur University and Banastili also attending. So keep following our Instagram and YouTube channel for further more details. So yeah, fine. I think I'll ask another one more question related to academics and faculty, and then we shift to campus life, which is very interesting. So the last question that I would ask Sindhush is like, how is the curriculum updated? How do you think will it match the industry standards or research trends that are currently happening?
Yeah, this is a great question. So, yeah, recently you have seen in the news that IIT Delhi has made changes in its curriculum. So, what happened was, until now, the curriculum had all the subjects: physics, chemistry, mathematics, a little part of electrical engineering, some part of, mechanical, the drawing, etc. Now, these subjects made it very diversified in the first year, and the second year is usually hectic. To reduce this stress, what IIT Delhi has done is it removed some, subjects like physics is about to be removed because it's not compulsory for everyone to learn, and chemical science is about to be removed. So these subjects which are inclined only towards a specific engineering type and not, considerable to all the others are being removed so that the academic load will be lesser, and some of the departmental courses are being transferred to the first year. Now, if you see the changes, it's actually a really good change, I'd say. This matches the industry standards, and right now, for the computer science especially, they made changes such that they complete data structures in the first year itself, which was initially in the second year. And for other branches, as you can see, the second year courses, the one or two courses from the second year have been transferred to first year. So now you can learn more in the first year itself and then try to get some intern in the summer holidays, or you can work on it and explore other stuff in your subject itself. So this is a very great change, curriculum wise.
Yeah. It's really great. I hope other colleges also will bring such changes. And then, yeah, let's come to campus life and culture, in which people ask a lot of questions, in which students are very enthusiastic about. To be frank, any IIT or NIT at the beginning looks so well. Once you start academics, you'll forget everything. But yet, fine. For your initial enthusiasm, let's ask some questions. Like, Jay, okay, you are good at answering such type of questions. So, what's a typical day for an IIT Delhi students look like?
So, you'll probably have a class at 9 a.m. So your friend will wake you up. He'll be like, it's 9 a.m. And then you rush to the mess. Of course, you'll first check your phone and take your phone and then go to mess. And there you'll eat anything that's on the table and edible on the way, like a banana or just bread butter. Then you'll run to find your cycle, which you'll not be able to find that easily because there's a million of them lined up in a row. Then you and your friend decide to catch the bus. So you run as fast as you can and you catch the bus. Then if you're lucky, you'll get the bus, or you'll have to go walking the whole way with your friend, which is not that boring. But the scenic view while going back, especially in IIT Delhi, is really nice. Like if I accidentally wake up at 8 a.m. and I go to the class on time, the view is pretty nice. But you'll sit in the bus, get off at LHC, our lecture hall complex where all our lectures are held. You'll go there and then you'll meet your professor, who will refuse to mark your attendance because you're 5 minutes late. So you'll arrive at 9:06. You'll sit in the class at the designated seat through which your attendance will be marked. You sit there, then you'll have a sleep for 1.5 hours, and then you'll wake up because the class has ended. And then another class will be there, but you won't attend that class because it doesn't have any attendance criteria. So you head out, you call your friends where they are. You hang out for like an hour in the biotech lawn at IIT Delhi. It's nice sunshine, it's morning time. You'll get a coffee at Nescafe, and then you'll go back to your hostel in the reading room where you'll sit in AC in your full comfort and you'll work on some actual stuff. You'll either read or study if there is any quiz or exam coming on tomorrow. Like if the quiz is tomorrow or exam in the next week, or else no studies, or you have an assignment pending. Only in those cases, else you'll work on something that really matters, like you research something, or if you're feeling very enthusiastic. But if not that, you'll just hang out and spend the time wasting with your friends talking some random nonsense about some professor. And then it's suddenly lunchtime. You eat your lunch, you don't feel like going to class. You ditch a class only if there's no attendance criteria, else you'll have to go to the class, you'll attend a boring class. If it's NLN, NEN or something where you can debate with the professor, then you'll obviously go, you'll enjoy it. And then while coming back, again you hang out with your friends, you waste some time around. Then suddenly 7 or 8 p.m. you'll have your dinner, which you won't have as much as you want because it's not that good. Then comes to what now? No, but it's 9 p.m. and then suddenly some guy will come. There's some new event, bhai, iske liye tayari karna hai. Then it's suddenly from sleep time to all nighter time. There's some random event tomorrow and you have not started preparing for it. So you'll spend the whole night in the TV room or common room with all of your friends doing something with thermocol and Fevicol and like random spray pens and all. And you spend your time, you put your effort. Either it is a group dance or a street play performance or some fashion show. You spend your whole night, repeat it for some days, then the D-Day will come. It will be like your event is tomorrow. So you won't have sleep at the night. 3, 4, 5 a.m. in the morning, you'll have your rehearsals, you'll have your like all mic checks and all.
Okay.
And after that, you give your best in the competition. But you won't get the podium because that's never on the basis of who performed the best. And then just call it a day and hang out with your friends in Partak lawn with coffee from Nescafe. That's it. And I forgot to mention the sleep. It's anytime except for 10 a.m. to 6 a.m. If you remove that time, after that you can sleep anytime. 9 a.m. in the morning during the class or, like at 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. that time. Or you can just skip it. Like Sindhush does it a lot. He'll tell more about it.
Bro, this is the answer for the people who are not at all concentrating on academics. But yet, if you're concentrating on academics, the schedule will be different. So
Yeah.
don't consider Jay's answer. Let's ask Simbush about that.
Okay. I mean, I am no different from Jay, to be honest. I have given part in like any activity possible. But yeah, taking academics into consideration, that 8 to 6 part, you get around 4 to 5 hours of gaps in between. Like for lunch break, you from 8 to 10 you have class, 10 to 12 you'll have some time to study, 12 to 1 if you take it as a lunch hour, and then going to LHC again. 1 to 3 you'll have something like NLN or NEN, or you'll have 4 to 5 tutorials. So you'll get 1 hour extra gap in between. So these 3 hours which you get in this 8 to 6 gap, or 3 to 4 hours. And that part was when we usually studied. And after 6 o'clock, it was mostly the activities, extracurriculars like fine arts or fashion or dance, as you mentioned, which happened at around 9 o'clock to 12 o'clock workshops. After that, we usually go to, for eating outside somewhere or, many other stuff. So the study part doesn't happen in the evening or at night. And the night usually doesn't be the time for sleeping. It's usually in the morning, in class or some other time. I mean, if you cannot bear with 5 hours of sleep a day, it will be difficult for you in IIT. Generally.
Bro, now I'm feeling so bad at NIT Trichy. You need to attend each and every class.
I forgot to add something. You after 8 p.m. food, you'll eat again at 1 p.m. or 2 p.m. Sorry, 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. at the night. We have a designated night mess for it. Like every hostel has it. So you'll eat there. You'll eat very unhealthy and cheap food. And you'll ruin your health, but it'll be very tasty. Yes, that's
Bro, you are really enjoying your life. For us, we need to attend each and every class from 8:30 to 12. We'll have classes. After that, we'll have lab for 3 days. For every class, attendance is must. And then each and every professor will give you work. So now I understood NIT Trichy schedule is quite hectic compact. But yes, we do have campus life like that. And discuss more about NIT Trichy in the upcoming one. I'll give better interview than them. That's sure. And next. You have already answered this question, but many people ask, but yeah, I want to ask again for formality. Of course, the answer is no, guys. You'll enjoy the mess food for 1 month. After that, you'll not enjoy. So the question is, how is the mess food at IIT?
it depends on every hostel. But the only common thing is you won't eat it.
Oh,
Like you'd eat it in case of an emergency. Like if you spend all of your pocket money in the first week itself, then you'll have to eat it. And it's not that bad at IIT Delhi. Like you can survive it. Like it's better, more healthy than the mess, than the night mess food. But it doesn't taste like something you can eat every day. But yeah, it is. You can survive.
Nice. Sindhush,
Yeah, I'd say the mess
what
food
are
is
the
actually
different
quite good.
hostels? Okay. And what are the different kind of hostels available in your college?
Okay. There are 13 hostels, I think, 4 for girls and 9 for boys. And
Oh my God.
yeah, we'll start with my hostel, Shivalik, the oldest one. Next comes Vindhyachal.
Okay.
After that,
Okay.
yeah, Jay is also from Shivalik, by the way. We both are in the same hostel. Yeah.
Yes.
The second hostel is Vindhyachal.
Okay.
The third will be Karakoram. Fourth will be Aravali. And then
Oh.
Girnar, Satpura. Other one, Udaygiri.
Okay.
Yeah, so like 9 boys hostels, so on. And there are 4 girls hostels, which we'll definitely remember. That is Kailash, Himadri, Nalanda, and Sayadri.
Okay. And then is there any restrictions like you can only go out till 9 a.m. and then come back, or like 9 p.m. and then should come back to the hostel?
Yes, there are. You can't go in the girls' hostel. And there is a common room, visitor room that you can visit. That too, you'll have to put in an entry. And after 2 a.m., you can't go in the girls' hostel. And if you come back from the girls' hostel after 2 a.m., you'll also have to do an entry. And I guess that's it. For boys' hostel, you can come anytime, go anytime. You can go anytime out of the campus, doesn't matter. And are there any other things? Yes, one important point, unlike IIT Bombay, like at IIT Bombay, you get H1 or H16 for the first year, but at our hostels, you get every hostel for the first year. And if you are MTech, then you'll also get Dronagiri and Saptagiri, the good hostels. Else, you'll get any hostel on the campus.
Yeah.
Nice. The question is like, you have, even first years don't have any restrictions. Like you can, like for boys, you can go out at any time and come back at any time.
Yeah, there was the first 1 month, which was called the curfew period, where the first years were not allowed to interact with seniors, except their mentors
But we still did. It's not that big a deal.
Yeah,
We still
but
did.
yeah,
I used
no
to
one
come
actually
out at
checks
2 a.m.
if you're a
No one
first year or
actually
second year.
If you're a first year,
No one cares, to be honest.
no one cares to be honest.
You just have to, confidence is the key. Right?
Yeah.
You just roam around like
Yeah.
you've been to the campus like 100 times. Nobody will question you.
You guys are
Just
really
find
lucky.
other, just find other freshers and ask them which hostel do they belong to. Then they'll think that you are the seniors, especially if you have a beers. So it's like very fun.
Yeah, it's very fun. But for NIT Trichy guys, again, I'm feeling so bad. Why I'm taking this interview, bro? We have restrictions. Even girls have restrictions for all the 4 years. All the boys of first year even have restrictions. You can't enter hostel after 10 p.m. Fine, leave it. Okay then.
10 p.m.
Yeah,
Tennis.
gone. Yeah,
From
gone.
10 p.m. the actual work starts.
Yeah, we go out of the hostel at 10
out
p.m.
of the
for anything
hostel
other than
at 10
academics.
Exactly.
Okay, don't make us feel jealous, bro. Okay, fine. We are enjoying our life. Okay, then fine. Like another question, like, how do you describe your peers? Are they competitive? Are they fun? Or how are they?
Yeah, a good question. So
Yeah.
there are all kinds of people, to be honest. Mostly everyone is competitive, but I'd say some people take academics to a very, high priority level. They're like completely towards acads, and they study for about 8 hours a day after classes also. And they only give priority for academics and their studies. And there are some people who try to manage a little of, other activities like quizzing or debating or other clubs. And there are some people who try for consultancy, etc. So they manage for a position of responsibilities, which we'll learn about later, or some other stuff, etc. Who don't give much, who are lenient towards the cats. So there are all kinds of people.
Oh,
In general, 3 tiers.
nice, bro. Nice. Okay. Okay, then. I think these are the general questions that they ask. I didn't even ask them the questions about girls hostel. They already answered it. So you can understand how fast are they. And they are the executive directors of VectorX Academy. So it proves you need not be very much like sincere at work to become executive directors.
I'd like to add we understand our audience. And another thing, one thing Sindhush didn't tell about himself in the introduction, he is the representative of Fine Arts Club at Shivalik Hostel. So that's some information we don't know, like the POR, position of responsibility. So Sindhush has it. So
Okay.
he's one of them.
So the
Yeah.
guys who are listening this interview and attending IIT Delhi, Sindhush and Jay will be always be available for you guys. Like just disturb them always. You can talk to them.
You can.
And they're
actually.
useless. And they're useless. Of course, they'll not give you information which is useful, but yet they'll spoil it. I know them well. Okay, fine.
Our students
fine.
will give the feedback after 1 year.
Let's see. Please, you don't spoil. Sincere request to kids who are joining IIT Delhi, don't get spoiled and don't become like Jay who says, I'll sleep at night. I'll not sleep at night. I'll sleep during the classes. Please, at least some interest in your academics. Show something. But yet, Jay is very successful. That's why he's an executive director of Vector X and he's doing multiple things. Even Sindhush is same. So I'm the worst candidate here. I'll focus a lot on academics and everything. And then I sleep well. Minimum 6 hours. Okay, then fine. Okay,
I
so
agree.
no one asked you for your approval. By the way, next segment is placement, internship, and exposure. Yeah, guys, see, first of all, if you are joining, this is the basic question that you will get before joining any campus, placement, exposure, and internship. And this question will continue till your 4 years. Even at 4th year, you will have a doubt whether you will be placed or not. So, yeah, please. But since you have doubts, let's ask. Yeah, okay, fine. Sindhush, how strong is the internship and placement support opportunities?
Okay. I'll let you know that the opportunities from the institute are mainly managed by the students themselves. So for the third years and fourth
Okay.
years, all the companies which approach IIT Delhi for placements or for any opportunity for internships, etc., are managed by the students of second and third year who take the executive and coordinator positions. So and then
Okay.
since they are the students themselves, they try to make maximum connections. This way, they are much passionate about their work, and since they're passionate about the work they do, the companies which come forward are so many. Not only that, but there are many cells for placement, for internship, for foreign exchange, and there are separate cells for each of them, which allow the students to try for anything at whatever CGPA you have. I mean, usually it's 7+, but if you have a good CGPA of 7 or above, you will somehow get an internship if you try enough, either from the placement cell of IIT Delhi, or you'll have support from some seniors and they'll help you get somewhere else. And you can get referrals much easily from the alumni. So the connections, the alumni and the placement cell of IIT Delhi is very strong.
Okay. Yeah. As that's the only thing that makes like top IITs and NITs, like top 3 NITs or top 7 IITs, the strongest institutes of India. They have very good alumni connections. And if you are good at academics, in the sense, if you're having CC above 8 or 7, you'll get placed in something. So you need not worry about the placement. But the thing is that it's very tough to maintain 8+ CCPA. That's also true. You need to work hard.
That's all.
Yeah. And then Jay, yeah, the answer itself is yes for the question. But this is the question that I got from some of my students. That is, do first and second years get opportunities or internships? Yes, because Jay is now leading a startup like Vector X and he's also an intern in some companies. So, of course, the answer is yes, but yet listen from.
So it's not that direct for the first year people. But in the second year, you'll have some opportunities by the campus itself. Like here, there's a new project or like a new department which is called Sura. So they will give you research opportunities under different professors. Second way is you can directly talk to the professors, especially if you are in first year. You can just talk to the professors. You can ask them, sir, and this is just like you go to the classes, you show up, you give answers. Professors get to know you. Then you just ask up to them, sir, because most of the IDD professors or normal professors are doing research and so in some of their interests. So if you just show up to them that I'm interested in research internship, they'll give you an opportunity. If not that, you are more interested into some other thing which is not that related to a professor or of not that interest to a campus. something like what I'm doing right now. So you can just start making connections, as simple as that. If you didn't make any connections, like first of all, in your fresher year, try to make as much connections as possible, because your friends, if not you, your 1,000 friends will always know about something. They'll hear something from here, something from there. Like, you just have to play the number game. Just ask all of your friends, what are you doing, this and that, and you'll get to hear from somewhere that this fresher got an internship. So you can do it there. That's how I got my first internship. But if not that, you can talk to your seniors. Like, as I specified earlier, Drone has an internship under one of our seniors at Shivari Hostel. So the senior directly offered it to him. He didn't even ask for it. So networking is the best thing, I'll say, if you have any interest which is non-academic, a bit non-academic. Then I guess networking is a really nice way. And something I'd like to add for the previous question about placements. Like, there are two type of placements on an average. If you need a good placement, else you can continue anyways. But either you just focus everything on yourself, and not everybody is into networking and making connections and all. Some people are just talented and want to improve their skills, and they always keep on grinding on the skills. And you just make your CV, your resume good enough, like show your skills and talents, and you'll definitely get a job. If you are the best in the campus, best coder, if you are the best developer, if you are the best, I don't know, designer, graphic designer, then you'll always get employed. But if that's not the case, sometimes what you can do is help your seniors. Like, during their placement season, they always came up to us like, do this for us, do that for us. I forgot my code or this and that. And apart from the placement season, like during the placement season, the tips they give were really important. They just walk out of the interview room. They just explain us what exactly they did wrong. Because that's what the interviewer will tell you. This is what you did wrong, and this is why you're not gaining as much salary as you're asking for. This is why we are paying you less. So that's one way. Another is, if you generously help your seniors, most probably they will be the one interviewing you. Because if I am at Google and I'm going for recruitment at, let's say, IIT Bombay, then I'll collect all of the employees who were earlier at IIT Bombay, because they know better than me. So if they happen to be one of your seniors, whom you helped earlier, they'll surely help you back.
Okay,
if not directly at the interview, then at least they'll, you can call them and you can just ask, sir, what type of questions do they ask, or what's something that will make a good impression for me. So yeah, that's it.
Nice. It's nice explanation. At the same time, many of you guys have asked me, like, how do they encourage the startups, jobs, or higher studies? From their answers itself, we have got the answer already. So for this question, startups are not only at IIT Delhi, I would specially mention, like, I have friends across everywhere. So startups are encouraged at the top colleges, like top IITs and top NITs. Of course, it has startup culture. Like, you can see many startups blooming. At the same time, you can take VectorX Academy, which is a startup from NIT Trichy and IIT Delhi. Like, we have friends from IIT Delhi. India requires more entrepreneurs and more startups. So, of course, these institutes are preferring and helping students a lot. Each and every NIT and IIT, as far as my knowledge, has e-cells called entrepreneurship. So, for your question, I am only answering, like, of course, it supports. Like, it supports a lot. There are many alumni that will give you, and one of the funder that of my friend's startup, he's also alumni. He's from IIT Delhi. He's an alumni from his own college. So, alumni support you a lot. So, answer is yes. So, yeah, we'll go for the fun part, like some of you guys have mentioned. So, I know this category of students have fixed their college, like they'll join IIT Delhi and then they'll ask some fun questions based on that. Not fun, exactly very important for your BTech life, of course. By the way, yeah, Jay asked these questions before and then asked the seniors and got clarified. Now, these two guys will answer your questions. Okay, fine. The first question. This sector is college romance, friendship, and social life. See, it's better even if you have a term called romance, because romance will not happen. People like me, it's very tough to find a girl for a category of people like me. So what I do is bromance. So we'll ask some questions related to bromance also. So yeah, first one to Jay, who is expert in this field. How is the gender ratio at IIT Delhi? Has it improved?
I remember it. I guess 4:1.
For 4 boys, you have
Of
one
course,
girl.
4 is the most.
Five.
Oh,
Fine.
No, sorry, 5:1. Sindush remembers it better because successfully suffered it, but it's 5:1. It's 200:1,000
wow.
in the first year itself.
Wow.
I don't know about the other years, but it must be similar.
Of course. So, how tough is this to find a girl or boy in the camp? Sindush.
How tough? Okay, it's very easy to find a girl or boy, to be honest. I mean, if you have like average skills, you will find a girlfriend. But the problem is, you should have the courage and the time to invest on them. Relationships don't last much, but yeah. I saw in 1 month there was something called the prom night, where I did not expect first year couples to even try it. But from my hostel itself, there were around 10, at least 15 people who are going to that prom night out of 60 in the first
Jay
1
is-
month itself.
And Jay is one of them.
Yeah, and and Jay is one of them.
Okay. So, yeah, guys, like, if you're having still issues like me, it's tough to find a girl. But yet,
+1.
But
But
it's very lucky if a girl finds you. Like you can ask your Ganesh sir once the NIT 3G podcast comes. But depends.
no personal information is revealed. But we'll ask personal information of our so-called executive directors now. Yeah, Jay, like, are relationships common? Or else is it's just a meme or what?
It's very, very common. Especially if you go for a walk outside after 9 p.m. It's very common.
Oh. Jay
There's
has
a specific
experience.
place called the Biotech Lawn.
Now I'm going to ask that
Yeah,
question.
biotech lawn or the couple table, I guess they call it. Any bench near the girls'
Girls'
hostel
hostel.
is called a couple's table
Girls' house.
because it's always a couple's table.
Do you find any romantic scenes going on?
I have some traumatic experiences, but yes,
Yeah.
We-
Bro, okay, fine. Oh, you do have it. Fine. But the thing is that these both guys are already. Are you? I think they're in relationship, bro. Please. No? You are single, fine.
No.
In the
Not really.
okay, fine then. So the girls who are gonna go for IIT Delhi campus, upcoming IIT Delhi campus, can message them. But yet, as your teacher or as your mentor, I'll always suggest one thing. They're useless and they'll eat your brain. So please don't go all the. They may look handsome and very intelligent, but no, please don't try.
Ganesh describing
Next
about
thing.
himself.
No, if you ask my students,
he knows
if
it's
you
a
ask my-
sarcasm.
No, if you ask my students, they'll answer much about. Yeah, fine. Okay, then, like, have you seen any people find love through clubs or fests or classrooms?
The robotics
Classrooms,
club.
of course. Classrooms.
Robotics club.
Oh, club in club? Like what are you talking? Finding love, finding a person in the clubs, or finding love in the clubs, as in loving the club?
He's asking
Bro,
during the
fine.
fest season or in clubs like this tech clubs or
Clubs,
BRC
like-
clubs.
Okay,
Has anyone found their love?
See, there are
Has anyone
people
found their love?
who love the clubs, but apart from them, there are people who find love in clubs. One of them is robotics club, and I can't say any more, but yeah. And
There's an
fest,
example.
Yes,
That's
during the fest, it's the prime time. It's just the time you like. If you see two people hanging out with while holding the hands, you'll later on see them at 9 p.m. on the couple's table.
Yes.
Done.
Wow. Okay, then the thing is that, yeah, are there any people or any of your seniors you found who are depressed? Like, it may be girls also, after a girl left them or after a boy left them. Did you find any of them getting depressed and then leaving the earth, feeling like leaving the earth, getting intoxicated? Are there such kind of people? Of course, yes. Yeah, but answer it.
I mean,
Rare in girls, but we have a lot of boys. I won't like to tell the name, but if someone comes to the Shivalik hostel, I'll introduce you to them. There are some people who are forever in the, missing them vibe. Then there are some depressed people. There are some people who take extreme actions and then they require their friends. So there are all kinds of people. And yeah, I guess that's it.
Yeah, so the thing is that, see, guys, college is about fun at the same time. See, you have worked so hard to get your dream college. It may be of any top IIT or top NIT, you have really worked hard. After you get in your college, I think it's the time that you cool down and focus on your life at the same time, fun. At the same time, don't neglect academics. Academics will go on if you just give them a quiet concentration. If you give them a little concentration, it will go well. But it's the time to explore yourself, develop your communication skills, get ready to fit the world. That's the suggestion I would give. And then the last thing in this particular sector that I would ask, Sindhush, I think this thing you can answer. What's the funniest or the most unexpected thing that you have witnessed in the campus life?
Okay. So, yeah, there's this thing called house stay, which happens everywhere, for every hostel separately. So, this is
Okay.
like the hostel itself has to arrange a sort of mini fest in, by, decorations or selecting a theme and yeah, etc. So, what happened? I mean, I don't know if this will be censored, but okay. What happened was the seniors.
Okay, come on.
Since it was,
Yeah.
the house day happens in the last semester for the fourth years, the 8th semester.
Okay.
So every
Yeah.
fourth year batch, they invest some money for alcohol for a party. Yeah.
No. I'd like to correct it. See, the thing what happened now, a lot of our seniors contributed a lot of money. It was around 1.5 lakh. And we bought a lot of cold drinks.
Yeah.
But
Cold
thing
drinks.
was,
Cold drinks,
the
yes.
Cold drinks were very bad for health. Sindhush will continue.
Yeah. So the numbers, I'll get to the numbers. The amount of cold
Okay.
drinks got in every other hostel. There were 4 other hostels got. And in those hostels, the number of cold drink bottles got there was 63. And in Shivalik hostel itself, there were 57 bottles.
Oh my God! Because
Supremacy.
they are in the hostels.
Yeah.
Our friends chose the very, rarest and very nice cold drinks. But the bad guys took it.
True. And I think the investment
bro,
is
I don't-
greater than all the hostels combined. The investment is greater than all the other 4 hostels combined.
Again, Shivalik supremacy, guys.
Bro, I don't
Come to
know.
Shivalik.
Bro, I don't know what is this Shivaniks or something, but they're talking more about Shivaniks. So if you go to campus, just find them and find more about Shivaniks. By the same time, I'll not cut this part. I'll keep this as it is. So if you
Yeah,
get some
okay.
problem, it's not on me, bro. So we are
Best.
always open to
What
that.
is this?
This already spread
What?
like wildfire everywhere.
Oh, I don't know. Okay, fine then. So guys, please don't get into all these habits. It's very injurious to health. Please.
I
concentrate
never
on-
said I drank
Plus
cold
one.
drinks.
I never
was
drink
just-
cold drinks.
I never drink cold drink.
Yes, I was just positive with bringing in the cold drinks. Although I didn't get caught. One guy never drank any of the cold drinks. Still he got caught. So we have all types of people.
One
Come to
fairly.
Shivalik, you'll see on his room we've written in the lower. Please make sure to read it.
Yeah.
Bro, fine. So yeah, campus is about fun and it's up to you how you take it. Fine then. Yeah, now the question is about friendship and hostel life. Of course. It's a beautiful part, I think. At the same time, basic question to Jay. What are the fests that are happening in IIT Delhi?
Unforgettable. What did you mean?
Fests. What are the fests? Like you have various technical fests and cultural fests. What are the various fests happening in IIT Delhi? Come on, answer it.
Okay, so the biggest fest is obviously the rendezvous. And
Okay.
then comes the the smaller fest, which are Beacon and Beacon is the entrepreneurship development cells fest. And there's one more fest called the DRIS, which is the tech fest. And there's also the Virasat, which is the fest from a club called Spikmake. It usually promotes traditional activities like, kuchpudi,
Okay.
dance, tabla, etc. And yeah,
Okay.
few fests go on continuously. The smaller ones, hostel fests are there. And yeah, so
Okay.
there are many, let's say.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
We have all kinds of fests. If you are too much into technical or coding, you can go for
Okay.
Trist. We have a lot of hackathons and workshops in there. RDV is for the initial prom couples. Like if you want to go for prom, make sure you get someone for RDV. We have two proms, one before RDV and after RDV during date. So have a chance. And RDV is one of the biggest fests. We have like more than 1 crore of budget. I guess 2 crores. I don't remember the exact details, but yeah, it is Asia's one of the largest fest, Asia's. But after Trist, we have Beacon. Beacon is not a small fest. For a business fest, it is very big. And I
Okay.
like Beacon very much.
Okay.
So in Beacon, we invite a lot of like entrepreneurs. I remember inviting the CEO of Noise. So a lot of people have came and it's a very insightful, like they have this session, fireside chats and all. You can check out on YouTube. I guess we have them. And then Virasat, then Kaizen, NSS, like that fest, I guess, is for, spreading awareness and all.
Social
So
volunteering.
we have very bright fest and you enjoy a lot. Most of them have concerts. So at the end of Beacon, I remember we had a DJ night. And in
Nice.
IDV too. So make sure you attend the DJ night. And spoiler alert, they are always better than the concert. So always choose the DJ night with your friends.
Yeah. Also, there's,
Yeah.
I mean, in Virasat, there's no concert, but Virasat has a dinner at the end. It's a 3-day fest,
Wow.
and at the
Okay.
end, it has a free dinner. So that food is actually amazing. So you can skip night mess that day and eat a lot here. But go early.
Nice. Okay, coming to this question, like, are there any separate, what do we say, groups formed based on the language? For suppose Telugu group separately, Tamil gang, and then Hindi gang separately. Like, do they maintain that connections?
I'd like Sindhush to answer this one, then I'll add up my points.
Okay, then
I
fine,
mean-
Sindesh, come on.
Yeah, there are groups. I mean, people don't exactly split
Yeah.
into groups, but they just make one for, spending some time rarely, or when they're going to home, they can go together. Mainly for this purpose, they make some groups. There's a Telugu group in which I am in because I'm from Hyderabad, by the way. And there are groups for, one for Tamil, one for Malayalis, and yeah, there are groups separately according to languages. But it's not like everyone excluded.
Again?
The problem is when
Okay.
you are not good in Hindi, then it might be, hard for you to communicate with others. Else, even if you know a little of Hindi, no one judges you much. So, I mean, they do tease
Okay.
a little, but they won't judge you. So, it's okay. It's mostly inclusive.
Like- Yeah, okay. I think Sindesh is facing this problem.
I'd like to add on. There's not just the Tamil group. First of all, about the Tamil group, it's groupism. It's not discrimination. So, like, I have a lot of friends in the Tamil group. Like, and if you are just generous and good enough, you'll make friends with anyone, even no matter what group he is.
Yeah.
It's just because of the language barrier. And once they come over it, they are pretty nice people. I've met one of the best people in South India. But along with the South Indian gang, there's Haryana gang, there's UP gang, there's Bihari gang, and I very much like spending time with them. I always miss the Marathi gang, rarely find them. We do not form gangs as much, but I like spending time with the Bihari and UP gang, like one of the best people to spend time with. You should always have a Bihari friend. Always. Recommended.
Okay. Yeah, fine. So, yeah, I think we have already had a lot of time asking questions. So, we end this up soon, very soon. Like, couple of questions.
Anyways,
Couple of
my
questions.
phone is on 2%. It's better if we end.
Useless. Fine, okay then. But yeah, final questions for both of you. You can answer. Both of them can answer. If IIT Delhi were a person, how would you describe their personality?
Oh, very chill, very passionate, doesn't care enough, but when it's time for actual results, a couple of hours before, he'll make sure everything is perfect.
Fine, Sandesh.
Yeah, Italy is a really smart person, I'd say. All-rounder.
Smart person.
Yeah, it's an
Okay,
all-rounder.
fine.
Culture-wise, sports-wise. Yeah,
Okay. So the last question I would say before we end up, like finally, what's the one thing that you would say your 17-year or to the 17-year-old people who are joining your IIT Delhi? What is the final thing that you're gonna say them before they join your college?
My 17-year-old in the sense, acha, my
Like
past
people who are
17-year-old
joining
self.
now. Yeah, that's it. That's the question.
Okay.
What are you gonna say him now? Like compare yourself with the past Sindhu who joined before college, like who doesn't have any idea on how IIT Delhi is, like the current aspirants or current people who are applying for JOSA, and then now Sindhush, who have experience with the college life. What would you say
Yeah,
to
I
your
would
past
tell
self?
that fast singer to keep your decisions the same, I guess. I'm very happy joining IIT Delhi. I was getting IIT
Yeah.
Bombay electrical, but I had doubts in taking IIT Delhi at first. But now I have no regrets.
Okay.
The exposure here is very good. The seniors are nice. The culture is good. Academically, I'm sort of okay right now. So, yeah, no regrets.
And then Jai, what would you say?
I'll just say do whatever you like to and buckle up. Like it's a roller coaster and it's only highs, except for the vacations, but it's only highs. So
Okay.
make sure you buckled up tight and try not to pass out.
And
Yeah.
yeah, do
Okay.
focus a little on your studies in the first year. That was one thing I'd say.
Yeah, also. That also, like, make sure you are well trained for all-nighters.
So, to all the people, so this is the final thing from my side that I'm gonna say. Yeah, thanks for listening to this podcast this much. We are little over informative sometimes and over fun sometimes, but I hope we have given you a lot of information. But the thing is that so the to the person who is joining any sort of college, after joining IIT, it's not like your life is done, like your life is settled. This is the misconception that I found in my friends from NIT Trichy or IIT Delhi or everyone. See, guys, IIT and NIT is just a portion of your life. If you haven't achieved it, it doesn't mean that you haven't done something in your life. There are a lot of opportunities. That's why in the upcoming series, that I'm going to bring the students of other colleges also, who are the topmost entrepreneurs currently. So see, if you are unable to crack like JEE and if you are unable to go to IIT Delhi or IIT Madras or come to top colleges or top NITs like NIT Trichy, don't feel bad. You have opportunities everywhere in every college. At the same time, to the person who are already qualified and who are going to the top colleges, don't think that your life is sorted and get into the stuff which might make your life a chaos. Okay. So there are a lot of distractions that you get after you enter the college. And we are seeing, openly saying, like it's not a secret anymore. We are finding the top IITs and top NITs as the like clubs of social narcotism. We are finding the narcotics, they are becoming the social clubs of narcotics. So the children is like, even if you go to NITs or IITs, don't get anything to like that and don't think your life is set. Don't go too much into enjoyment. Little enjoyment is okay, but yet you need to focus on your career. There are many students in the first year itself of our college life who are into this all stuff and then who have spoiled their life, who have spoiled their curriculum. And yet another side, we are not saying we are great, but you can find people like us, like me, Sindhush and Jay, who are doing something, like who are coming out of our comfort zone and trying to do something related to startup at the same time having fun. So if you're having this mindset, it's fine. But don't think getting into IIT is the only thing that you need in your life. After going to IIT or NIT also, you need to work a lot. So that's the final conclusion that we not to give. That's all for the podcast for today. Like keep subscribing the channel and wait for more content. Just comment which IITian, next IITian or NITian or which campus you want the interview for. And let's thank again the spotlights of our interview, Jayendra and Sindhush. Personally, they are the executive directors and it's their responsibilities, of course, to give a podcast. But yeah, thank you for attending and giving my kids a lot of information. Yeah, fine. That's all the interview for today. Hanging up. Bye. Yeah, bye, Jay and
Yeah.
bye, Sindhush.
Bye, guys.
Meet you at the college, guys. Bye.